Getting married in Stardew Valley isn't something that usually happens that quickly. Most players take at least a year before they're able to, and some players choose never to marry at all. But then it made me wonder, how fast could it realistically be done? Not necessarily the fastest ever, shout out to Blade, or some perfectly optimised speedrun, just a somewhat casual attempt to see how early I could pull it off, so I decided to give it a shot. In terms of who out of the 12 different marriage candidates we'll go for, we'll have to consider two different things. 1, how soon is their birthday, and 2, can we get love gifts for them? And because I want to marry as fast as possible, that really only leaves 3 different choices. Hayley on spring 14, Shane on the 20th, and Emily on the 27th. I think for our first attempt we'll try and marry Shane since his birthday is close, and out of all of the love gifts, 2 of them, the beer and the pizza, can easily be bought from the saloon from day 1. I will be running with some quality of life mods, such as the UI info suite and the dish of the day display, in order to keep track of birthdays and also to tell me what the dish of the day is at the saloon in case it sells anything we need for gifts. There are many things we'll be trying to do each day in order to maximise the amount of friendship we get, and just talking to them every day will grant us 20 friendship points, and of course handing him 2 love gifts per week too. I did think it was smart to start on the Riverlands farm in order to get a free fish smoker to make a bit of early gold. We don't need to make a lot of gold, there's not much we really need apart from buying beers at the saloon, the mermaid's pendant, and one other thing, the house upgrade. One of the requirements to marry is having at least 1 house upgrade, which isn't too bad, but will set us back 450 wood and 10,000 gold. Okay, let's buy some potato seeds and plant them back home. Let's say hi to Shane for the first time of many in this playthrough. Oh, seems like he's not interested in talking to me right now. I'll win you over soon, Shane, you'll see. Another thing we'll be checking each day is the item delivery board, since if a quest from Shane is there, we can get a whopping 150 extra friendship points. And I'll spend the rest of my gold on some more potatoes. And there we go, all planted. But to be fair, day to day, there isn't really much I can do apart from growing crops, making sure to greet Shane, and also collecting some wood. Oh, that reminds me. As well as the 450 pieces of wood we'll need for the house upgrade, we'll also need another 300 pieces to repair the bridge on the beach. That's because we need access to the tide pool area, which is where the old mariner spawns to sell you the mermaid's pendant. We will need to make sure to give him 2 gifts before Sunday arrives, since that's when the gifts reset for the week. Since we're kind of desperate for some gold, let's do a bit of fishing in the river to get some catfish. Okay, that should be enough. It is about time we got enough wood to repair the bridge on the beach too. And there we go, that's prepared nicely. And whilst we have the gold, let's buy 3 beers and hand him the very first one. Okay, our parsnips are ready. I'll plant some cauliflowers in their place too. I think I'm just going to sell the parsnips for now, instead of saving them for energy, as I'm pretty sure there's no reason for us to even go into the mines. There he is, let's give him 1 more gift. That should take him to his first heart, and there we go. It's a pretty slow start, but we still do have 9 more hearts to go. Ooh, Shane is requesting a cave carrot. Yes, we have to do this. I just said I didn't have any plans to go into the mines, but I guess we're going to need to, as we cannot turn away an extra 150 friendship points. The best way to get cave carrots is from barrels or tilling in the mines, but annoyingly we didn't get one. Ooh, the saloon is selling a spicy eel. You know what, if I buy this, I might go back into the mines. Yes, okay, nice, perfect. And we can hand it in, giving us a nice boost to our friendship. And we might as well buy 1 more beer whilst we're here. Since it's a Sunday, the gifts reset, so we can give him 1 more, which took him to 2 hearts. We'll also do a bit more fishing today, since we still need a lot of gold to afford the mermaid's pendant and the house upgrade too. There we go, 1 more gift of the week, and let's get back to fishing. Another way to get more friendship points is from choosing specific responses during their heart events. And we had a quick conversation with Shane late in the evening. Annoyingly, Shane only has 1 event where we have to say something specific to earn friendship points, and this is not one of them. We can spend the next few days collecting more wood and making sure to talk to him every single day. Okay, these potatoes should take us close to 10,000 gold now. Spring 13 is of course the egg festival, and is quite important since talking to villagers during the festival will still give us the daily 20 friendship points. And whilst we're here, we might as well win the egg hunt. Okay, now we have enough gold and wood, we can commission a house upgrade from Robin. And since it's also a Sunday, means we can buy some more beers and hand Shane one more, which took him to 3 out of 8 hearts already. Since his birthday is on the 20th of spring, we cannot give him another one until then, or else we'll miss out on all those juicy friendship points. Well, that's at least what I thought. Until then, the daily routine consists of us waking up, watering our crops, and speaking to him every day. One of the best things about Shane is he leaves for work very early, and means we don't have to wait that long each day to speak to him. And here we are on the 20th of spring, and the big day, Shane's birthday. And he's now up to 6 out of 8 hearts. That's not bad at all. Whilst we're here, we might as well wake Shane up from his bedroom floor. The gifts have reset once again, which meant even more beers for him, which is definitely not healthy, but you know. And by the 23rd of spring, he was up to 7 out of 8 hearts. Spring 24th is of course the flower dance, and huge for our friendship endeavours, since asking him to dance with us will increase the friendship by 250 points, or a single whole heart. Our dance moves aren't the best of course, but more importantly, we had made it to 8 out of 8 hearts with Shane by only the 24th of spring. That means we can now buy ourselves the bouquet from Pierre and ask Shane to be my boyfriend, which he gladly accepts, leaving only 2 more hearts until we can ask him to marry us. We can also witness Shane's 6 art event, which doesn't give us any friendship points, but saying either "I'm glad I was here to help" or "I'm just happy you're still here" will grant us an extra 10 friendship points the next morning. And here on the 28th of spring, we can give him one more gift, and another one on the 1st of summer, and after taking another full week of talking to him every day, on the 7th I could hand him a final gift, getting him to max friendship, so I could now buy the mermaid's pendant from the old mariner and ask him to marry me. He of course accepted, but it will take us another 3 days until the wedding, and that meant on the 10th of summer we were officially married. All in all, it wasn't a bad attempt, especially with not too much planning going into it. But I have a feeling we can do much better. For our second attempt, I'll be trying to marry Hayley this time, and I have a few ideas up my sleeve to try and get it much faster. Looking at Hayley's love gifts already isn't a great sign. None of these can be easily obtained in spring, unless I get really lucky with the dish of the day at the saloon selling pink cakes or fruit salads. However, even though at the beginning I did promise I wasn't going to go too crazy with getting the best time, I will be looking for a seed that can give me any of Hayley's love gifts at the travelling cart for the first week only, as I have a plan to get more after the first 2. Although, unlike the Shane attempt, this one's going to take a lot more grinding. My plan is the desert. I'll be trying to get to the desert as early as physically possible to get coconuts that she loves. But the key thing that will set this apart from the first attempt is that they have a chance to be silver or better quality, which will increase the amount of friendship points I get per gift. You may be thinking, Tom, how on earth do you plan on getting to the desert this early? Well, before you click off the video, it does unfortunately involve the Joja Mart, and a lot of fishing. That means in addition to the 10,000 gold house upgrade, I'll also need 40,000 gold for the bus repair, and 5,000 gold for the Joja membership. I'm starting with multiple cabins on the Riverlands farm in order to get a bunch of free fish smokers that I'll definitely be needing. This attempt will follow the same sort of routine as the previous, making sure to speak to Hayley every single day and checking the quest board for any quests for Hayley. The first few days are painstakingly boring, spending the entire time fishing at the mountain lake, managing to get level 6 fishing by the end of day 3. I took some time on the 4th to chop a few more trees, and there we go, repair the bridge. We'll be needing that for the old mariner later on. We'll also need access to here for some coral and sea urchins to make the bait maker. I did spend the rest of the day fishing of course, and on the 5th, the travelling cart sold me a fruit salad and a sunflower, the 2 love gifts I need for Hayley. At Willie's, I had enough gold to buy myself the iridium rod, a trapper bobber, and some bait. I'll be needing the bobber and iridium rod very soon, as I plan to catch the legend. At Clint's, I bought myself 15 pieces of iron ore that I could smelt into 3 iron bars to make a bait maker once I had access to a furnace. With the remaining gold, I purchased the backpack upgrade and patiently waited outside Hayley's door to give her a sunflower. Okay, to make a furnace, we're going to need some copper, so let's go grab some quickly from the mines. There we go. The next day, of course, we're back to more fishing and giving Hayley a fruit salad too. Boringly, the next few days are all spent fishing. I was trying to get as close to level 10 fishing as possible to catch the legend the next time it rains. I did finally take a break to get all 450 pieces of wood I would later need to upgrade the house. But of course, we're going to need love gifts very soon, and since the gifts reset today, I won't have that long to make it to the desert to get some coconuts. Today we make sure to watch the community centre cutscene in order for us to buy the Joja membership, and luckily it's going to rain tomorrow, meaning that's the day we'll be going for the legend. After another boring fishing session, we're up to level 9 fishing, but with some trout soup, we'll be able to catch ourselves the legend. A smoked one of these can sell for nearly 20,000 gold alone. And for the remainder of the day, we spent it smoking catfish in the river, which should give us way more than enough to afford the bus repair and any future things we might need. I did make sure to wait a day to sell them, as I really wanted to get the extra 25% gold boost from level 10 fishing, and spent the day trying to reach level 5 foraging to give us better odds at getting more than one coconut per harvest, and also better quality. I hope that the better quality gifts will be the difference between marrying Hayley sooner than Shane. And there we have it, we made 60,000 gold, which was way more than enough. Let's get the house upgrade, and then the bus repair. Come on Pam, hurry up, we got coconuts to harvest. Thankfully when we arrived there was plenty of coconuts, managing to get one gold quality one and one silver quality. I'll save the gold one for her birthday coming up on the 14th. And one more gift was enough to get her to 2 hearts and witness her 2-heart event, which this time does have a specific prompt that boosts friendship, this time suggesting that this should be her weekly job. We then comfortably win the egg hunt and hand her a gold quality coconut on the 14th, which takes her to 5 hearts. The next day we can also gain 30 more friendship points by offering to open a jar for her, and after one more coconut, that took her to 6 out of 8 hearts already. We can earn yet more friendship points by finding her grandma's bracelet on the beach, and by the time the flower dance rolled around, she was already close to 8 hearts. Similar to Shane, I can ask Hayley to dance at the flower dance, that will grant us another 250 points, or an entire heart, and after giving her a bouquet, it took her to 9 out of 10 hearts. We also took some nice photos with some cows, although this doesn't give us any bonus points. On the final day of the season, the gifts had reset, which meant I was able to give her one more coconut to take her to max friendship. That meant I could go ahead and buy the mermaid's pendant, ask her to marry me, and that meant in 3 days the wedding was here. But that also meant by the 3rd of summer, we had managed to marry Hayley, which in my opinion was a huge achievement. Of course, this is by no means the fastest. Shout out to Blade, but I kind of wanted to offer a somewhat realistic attempt at this challenge. There are plenty of things I could have done to better maximise things, especially due to the fact after recording the video, I found on the wiki, you can always give a birthday gift to a villager even if you've already given them 2 other gifts that week. Meaning on the birthday week, you can give them 3 gifts instead of the 2 I did, which should be able to save days, especially if those gifts are higher quality. If you've made it to the end, I hope you enjoyed. This is definitely a different style video to what I'm used to, but of course, the next video is probably the hardest challenge I've ever done. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. But until next time, later.